Feels bad, man. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas, and today we are looking at the Supreme Week 14, the full drop list with all of the updated prices. And I say it feels bad, man, because a couple pieces that I personally was looking forward to have gone up in price, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Nevertheless, we're still going to go through each and every item from the bottom to the top of supremecommunity.com. Link, as always, in the description down below if you guys want to follow along with the drop list. We're going to talk the best items for resale, the flops, and everything in between. And with all that out of the way, let's get right into it. Before we get started, I want to remind you guys to please hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the noti bell so you can stay up to date every single time I post and go live. We go live every single Thursday and Friday for Supreme and for Palace. We are getting towards the end of the Palace season. It's typically a fair bit shorter than Supreme. So if you only come out to Supreme, don't sleep on our Palace live streams. We have a good time. We also do a reaction video at the end of the stream. If you ever want me to watch something, send me suggestions, and I'm always down to watch stuff with the community. Don't miss out. It's going to be a great week for week 14. Now let's look at the drop list. All right, here is Supreme Drops' full drop list, and if you saw my partial drop list on my community page or anywhere else online, you've seen that a couple pieces have gone up in price. For one, the blanket has gone up to more about what I expected it to be at that $400, but the worst is the fleece, which the $238 estimate I figured was gonna be higher. I thought maybe on the highest end $298, like a $300 thing, but this is almost $370 for a guy like me who lives in Arizona. Almost $380 after taxes, even with shipping being free. Kind of nuts. A couple other pieces have changed in price. The puffer jacket has gone down. It was estimated to be, I believe, $400. Even with this full drop list, we've seen these prices also change. So what I recommend you guys do is use these as your best estimate. We'll never truly know until the online drop happens or somehow someone gets something in store. But typically, even EU prices won't always be super helpful because there's not always that one-to-one price conversion. But nonetheless, I still think this is going to be a great week, probably top 3, top 5 of this season. So let's just get right into it. Naturally, we're over here on Supreme Community. And first up on the list, we got the Polartec Sport Beanie. There it is. Not very hyped. You got the Dalmatian colorway, which is interesting, but the Supreme box logo with the Polartec on the sides. Very simple beanie to keep you nice and warm, a little sporty. I'm gonna give it a downvote. Nothing too special. We'll keep it at the bottom. Next, the Hanes thermal pants. If the Skeleton Bones thermals was a little too spooky, you got a little too freaked out. You know, me personally, I couldn't help myself. I'm probably gonna end up selling the camo, maybe keep the black. I don't really know. We'll see. But I can definitely co-sign these thermal pants for keeping you nice and warm, especially dope for skiing or layering up on those cold winter days. Some long underwear, one pack, get it while it's hot or get it while it's cold. Literally. Polartec pants are next to match the beanie. I think the Dalmatian colorway is the fun one. I always like the unique pattern that they do with their various types of items that are just pretty simple, like the sweatpants, sometimes the small boxes. Now going into the Polartec 101 Dalmatians, baby. Get it. Send it. Let's go. I mean, Cruella de Vil cannot stop you guys if you get the full Dalmatian fit. I really would love it if someone got all of this spotted Polartec stuff, sent in pictures to the stream. Not enough of you guys do that. I really want to see that a little bit more. Tag me on social media, at TomasVT on Twitter, at ThomasFN on Insta. And I want to see your guys' fits. And Polartec ear flap camp cap, that's a guaranteed feature on the stream. The striped short sleeve top, I think this also went up in price. I think Drops had it at $58 and now it's $89, $88. So quite a price increase for a striped short sleeve shirt. It's okay. It's nothing terrible. A striped shirt, just letting you know it's better to wear if you are a more slender frame. If you are on the thicker side, it will make you look that extra bit thicker. Just that optical illusion of horizontal lines. If you are on that thicker side, try maybe a vertical striped shirt and that will actually make you appear taller and skinnier. Interesting, I know, but it's actually true. The pilled zip-up hooded sweatshirt is on deck. This guy's actually not too bad. I dig this cheetah print. Got this fun pilled up pattern on the fabric right there, a very heavy nap, which is interesting. I'd like to see a piece like this in person for sure. It actually looks surprisingly comfortable. A solid piece for the winter, nothing too fancy. You got some decent colorways. I'm not dubbing this sleeper item of the week, but it's not bad at all. Estimated price is $178. I'd love to see this at like a $158, but it is what it is. It's Supreme, right? Lollipop skateboard, we don't have an official picture, but we're guessing it's gonna be the lollipop image we saw on the sticker. I actually got that sticker in my unboxing video of all my NCAA gear that I copped. If you guys haven't seen that unboxing video, go check it out. Spent like $800, so I could finally put one of those "I spent $800 on Supreme" thumbnails, you know? I don't know why those work, but it seems like those videos are popular. So check it out and check out the lollipop skateboard whenever we get pictures of it. I'm assuming we'll have some either later today, tomorrow, or probably on Thursday by the latest. Woven leather zip up cardigan. I could see this being actually fairly sought after for the fashion bros, for the people that have moved on from box logo hype and are more fans of materials, quality, and cuts. This is definitely one of those pieces. I could see Street Night Live going after this. I could see like Outlander magazine on Twitter gassing this thing up, and it has that lambskin leather along with the wool blend, I think. So the lambskin leather appears to be on this woven part on the front, and then a type of wool on the sides, a nice cardigan vibe to it as well. I think this piece could end up doing fairly decent. It unfortunately was another one of those items that actually went up in price. The projected estimate was $298, and now the estimate is $368, so similar to the fleece. You guys see the price changes right here. We did score on these, but a lot of things got more expensive. Even the freaking Gore-Tex dog coat. Come on, man, $98. I want to give my dog Forever Chemicals, right? Inside joke for y'all that tune into the stream. But nevertheless, even at $368, I still think this will have resale on it. It will be one color above the rest, and I'm gonna eliminate white from the pool and say it's either black or green. I want to say black, but man, you guys let me know. Would you go with black or green for this? I think when it gets involved with leather, most people I think want black. It just looks the best and is absolutely classic. Finally, BB Simon studded double knee painter pants. Let's freaking go. This has been on, I think, everyone's mind since we saw it in the preview. BB Simon continues to make a name for themselves in the fashion world, especially in their belts. This time we got some actually very nicely done studded pants, which I think can sometimes be not so good. Shout out to the new subscriber. We got a Korean in the chat. Shout out to you, my guy. But these are great. I think the burgundy looks sick. I think the woodland camo is dope. Black looks sick. You could argue woodland camo has been a little bit overdone recently and want to go for something like this burgundy, something like the black, but I really don't think camo is going anywhere. Camo really always is in style in one way or another. Try to find one point of time in the last 20 years where people weren't wearing camo something. I think right now it's definitely on the higher end of that spectrum, specifically with real tree and mossy oak type of vibes with literal leaves, sticks, more of a graphical camo, less of an actual pattern like you would see on military gear. So maybe we could see this specific fall camo go out of style, but I still think it's pretty dope. If you want something that'll last for a long time, get with the black. You can never go wrong. These surprisingly were one of those items that actually dropped in price. You could see the jacket was $548, pants were $428, belt was $348. Now the estimates have gone down to $498 for the jacket, $398 for the pants, and $298 for the belt. I don't necessarily think the pants are the best for resale, but I think they'll be doing pretty good, and certainly these are going to be on the list for best items to go after this week. I recommend going after either camo or I'm going to say the black pair. That's my just guesstimate. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Next up, Polartec sling bag. Not a huge fan of this, but you got the Dalmatian fit. Kind of cool utilitarian bag. It's pretty small. Carry all your knickknacks and such in the winter and keep it nice and warm. Estimated price only $48, so that could be a nice item if you don't want to spend much, but still want to cop because you're addicted to buying Supreme. Polartec balaclava is next. I'm actually considering it. I don't know. I have a Supreme face mask and it's near the end of its life, so I need to get either a new balaclava or a new face mask, this does look super freaking warm. So what's the estimated price on this? 60 bucks is a little bit much. If you were here with me on my Palace live stream last week, you saw that I, oh no, missed out on the Palace Oakley balaclava. It actually sold out, thank God, because I was in a queue for like 15 minutes and was like, I don't actually want to buy this thing. So I'm still looking for a balaclava, still looking for a face mask, but probably won't get this one, to be honest. Okay, the studded work jacket to go with the pants. This thing is super sick. I think if you had to put one camo item above the rest, it might just be this jacket. I think the top looks super dope with the brown trim along the collar, the cuffs, and the hem down low. It all matches. All these pieces are very similar with the colorways. I think they're super sick. Black looks awesome too. Burgundy looks very good as well. I think no matter what color way you go with, this stuff is gonna sell out. You have a lot of people that are from that tier 2, tier 3 Supreme customer. We talk about the higher levels that do see like the Vans and leather jackets sell out from last week, right? The people that buy those for resale, even though the retail price was like $1,200, $1,100 and they were on the site for a bit, people still end up paying $200 to $500 more than retail because whatever reason they didn't get it, they weren't fast enough, whatever. I do think resale will happen on these jackets, even though they are on the higher end. So if you're considering going for resale this week, consider that to be one of your items. Hanes Thermal Crew, not much to say. Buy it if you like it. It'll keep you warm. I believe this is a little bit different from the one. No, it's the exact same. This is the Thermal Crew as well. Thought it was different for a second, but it's exactly the same, minus the bones and such. Warm up pants are next. These are actually kind of dope and could fly under the radar, especially this camo piece right here looking almost exactly like BB Simon. I feel like this season, call me crazy, we've been getting a lot of extremely similar pieces. Mitchell and Ness dropping the NCAA gear and then a random Mitchell and Ness thing that's not branded with NCAA but still Mitchell and Ness. Weird to see this camo warm-up pant dropping with the True Timber HTC fall camo. I guess we're just seeing a bunch of this stuff on here. Been forgetting to upvote stuff as well, but these are okay. Definitely a personal cop. Probably a little bit of lunch money on this guy. Not a whole lot though. Could be down the line after a year plus. Okay, 700 fill down lightweight puffer, estimated price $368. I dig this thing quite a bit. Probably the best puffer Supreme is releasing this season, and I cannot get enough of this holographic green. We just need to skip to it. These are nice, the blue, the burgundy, but holy crap, this holographic green cheetah print puffer, I think this guy is top of the resale list. It's definitely up there. It might contend with the Kate Moss and BB Simon because this feels like vintage Supreme. If this was branded with North Face, could you guys imagine what this would go for? If this had the North Face right here and that little logo, maybe something else right here. It's got that Supreme box logo. I don't know, man. In my opinion, if you guys need a new puffer, if you don't have one and you've been thinking about getting one, I mean, $368 feels like a lot, but winter coats are expensive. They're very warm. And what I do like about Supreme down puffers is they are cheaper compared to Gore-Tex and compared to those other rights reserved trademark brands. Not by much, still expensive, but I think this is sleeper resale item of the week. It's not the sleeper item of the week, but I think it's definitely the most underrated and will be the most underrated item to go for resale. But I'm saying it's got to be this color above the rest. And if I'm wrong, well, you didn't hear it from me, you know? What can I say? I can only give you my best guess. The real sleeper item of the week, and one of my favorite items that we all need to downvote on Supreme community so no one catches on to us, is the chest stripe rugby. This thing I saw in the preview. It wasn't even the preview. It was teased images of people wearing Supreme, and it might be a little too much. I still can't put my finger on it, but look at the colorway of this purple and peach rugby. I don't even care if it has too much embroideries. It looks sick. Supreme Squadra is super dope. The crown, the collar branding, the MMXXIV for 2024, Supreme Max unmatched performance. Definitely has a lot going on. The 6 on the back looks dope, world famous. If anything, I wish they removed this right here, but fuck it. They went all out. balling out, and it's 148 bucks. So technically you could grab 2 of these and you would be above that $250 price point, which is kind of sick and not a bad move if you're not feeling confident about Kate Moss or BB Simon. You want to go a different route, feel free to go after this guy. I do think the best colorway is purple and pink, but maybe the black one could end up doing okay, as well as the red one. I think all of these have a little bit of potential on them. Maybe the highest end, like 220. I could be gassing it up a little too much. It really depends on where people go and how they spend with their wallets this week. We also have a BB Simon studded 6-panel. We do not have pictures at this time. I will post them on my community page as soon as possible, and I recommend you guys follow people like Supreme Drops, like Drops by Jay, join Fauntleroy's Finest Discord, all that stuff. Keep up to date, turn notifications on from your boy. I try to post pictures on my community tab when we get stuff like this actually unveiled. And let's keep going with this video because we have a couple really good items to look at. BB Simon Studded Ranger Belt, the final item of the drop. I mean, BB Simon pretty much known for their belts. This will easily be the most anticipated item, the most sought after belt of the season, I think. And when I said item, I meant to say from BB Simon, right? There will be other items that people go after more, but BB Simon, big old belt, very sick. I'm not sure which one will do better. This one easily more wearable in the black colorway, but the camo one is pretty on trend and features these red gems or rhinestones, whatever you want to call them. I think they're rhinestones. Yep. Italian leather belt as well, embossed logo. Handmade in the USA is pretty cool. So if you guys like made in USA stuff, then definitely consider supporting this collab. All right, Supreme will be very thankful to take your $300+ for this belt, and there it is. Very cool. Now, if you're a little too broke for the belt, but you want to touch the BB Simon collab, consider the lighter case. Everybody knows your lighter needs a case. It's as simple as that. You think you can just use a lighter and throw it away like a normal person? No, you need accessories for your lighter because you can't help yourself. You seriously have a disease. You've talked to your therapist about it. They've tried to help you. You're a lost cause. Buy the fucking lighter case. Do it. Spend 80 bucks on a lighter case. I know you want to. I know you guys want to. I'm looking at you, Steven. I know you want to the most. Classic logo, chunky ribbed beanie. This is, I'm going to say it, guys, probably my top 1 or 2 beanies they've released this season. I love a chunky rib. This pink one in particular, chef's kiss. I think the pink one's going to sell out for sure. That's my guesstimate, followed shortly by green or blue. Either green or blue. I definitely think pink is easy, no brainer. We have been seeing beanies go for quite a bit, like last week with that big old beanie that looked like Kuji. That thing flew. It was 110 bucks and is reselling right now for more than that, which is kind of crazy, but also kind of not. Personal preference for me. I just love this handmade beanie style with the big old chunky rib. It's my favorite, and no surprise, it's upvoted as the number 6 item on the drop list. Polartec face mask, half zip hooded sweatshirt. I think this guy could actually do okay given we have that box logo. Now we get this item pretty much every year, so go back, look at the Polartec half zips from last season and a few seasons ago if you are going for resale. Again, I'm going to recommend the Dalmatian one. Get the full Disney movie fit, the full Cruella de Vil's worst nightmare outfit. I think it would be pretty funny for someone to have the pants, the face mask, the hat. I mean, I think they probably even have gloves coming later. Not sure. They definitely have 2 bags. Pretty funny. Estimated price is only $148, which seems really low. That seems almost certainly wrong. I would guesstimate this to be at least $158, but I could be wrong. Look at the price from last season and make your best judgment if you want to cop. With 6 colorways though, one will definitely be above the rest, and I'm gonna guess it's the Dalmatian because it's the unique pattern. Finally, holy shit, Thomas, we've been just rambling. Kate Moss fleece jacket, Japanese brushed fleece with full zip closure, zip hand pockets at lower front and zip chest pocket, elastic binding at collar, cuffs, and hem, printed graphic on back. Did a whole video on Kate Moss yesterday. Be sure you guys check that out. I went over an awesome awesome thread that Supreme Drops did about the history of Kate Moss. And if you're wondering why we get so many pieces featuring her this week, well, it's the 20th anniversary from the time Supreme first took a Kate Moss picture and put it on a Supreme t-shirt way back in the spring of 2004. This time we are getting this fleece jacket with the second graphic that we saw, actually the same graphic that's featured on the hoodies, just removed the background, blown up, and put on the back of a fleece. I think this item is pretty hot, but man, I would have loved it so much more at a sub 300 price point. Now it is close to 400, and while I do still think it's going to resell and certainly sell out, I think also if you guys really wanted this piece, don't give up. I know like sometimes the price going up can make you feel like you don't want to cop it, but this will be the lowest price you can cop this at. And if you do regret it, I'm saying it's all over. So use an ACO slot if you have to. Hit up my boy Reup23 on Instagram, literally REUP23 spelled out with letters. Go find him, sign up, get your fleece. I think it's pretty dope. I like the natural over the red. I still think red is sick. Sag though for $368. The blanket is up next, the Faribault blanket. This guy is $400 and it's kind of what I expected it to be at. I think the red one might be a little bit cooler just to say, hey, this one's colored. It's a blanket though, which is definitely more of a selective buyer type of item. Like you have to have a good place for this. You probably want to display it, maybe hang it up. I don't know what you want to do with this. Cuddle up with it on the couch and cry hypebeast tears at your favorite rom-com. Do whatever you want. But if you buy it, let me know in the chat on Thursday. We got 2 items left and the last one is an absolute troll, but right here we have the Kate Moss hoodie, which is the actual same Kate Moss graphic from the fleece. We just see it expanded with a background, some Supreme right there. This was the second t-shirt that Supreme released with Kate Moss back in 2006, and I believe the colorways featured on these different hoodies are the same. I know black definitely was a purple picture, and while there wasn't a gray t-shirt, there was a white one, and it did feature that pink Kate Moss picture, so that makes me believe that all of the other colorways will be similar to the matching images that were featured on the 2006 Kate Moss Supreme t-shirt that had the kiss mark as well. $178 was the estimated price on these, up $10 because it is a collab with Kate. Give that an upvote. And last but not least, the most meme item of the week, waterproof, breathable Gore-Tex nylon with Primaloft insulation and lining, Velcro strap closures, yeah, reflective logos. I think the only cool thing about this is the packable into zip pouch with carabiner clip, so it is portable. You got some things you can store in there, like maybe doggy bags and such, and the reflective 3M. I'm always going to support keeping your doggos safe at nighttime or in the early morning when you're walking them. Not a huge fan of Gore-Tex until they eliminate all those forever chemicals, all those PFASs, right? I know it's not a lot, and there's probably more PFAS in this water that I'm drinking than in this Gore-Tex piece, but still, we learned on stream that Gore-Tex does have those microplastics that can enter your bloodstream if you wear them, so watch out for the Gore-Tex if you're a conspiracy theorist about microplastics, which it's not even really a conspiracy theory, it's basically just real, but that's definitely way off track for a drop list, and we're probably getting way too long in the tooth, but that is the number 1 item on the list, and we should upvote this higher because fuck Kate Moss being almost $500 or almost $400. That sucks. But there it is, guys. That is the drop list for week 14 of fall winter 2024, releasing on, this says November 21st, and yeah, it's November 21st. Crazy that November is almost halfway over. We're already halfway over. Jesus Christ. Getting down to Thanksgiving soon, but yeah, there it is. I think it's a pretty good week with some expensive items, but nonetheless, if I have to give one item above the rest to be the best item for resale, it's really tough because right before the price increase, it would have been no doubt Kate Moss fleece. I still think that has very high potential. In terms of resale total percentage, maybe the rugby could sneak in as that sleeper item, and given that it's $148, maybe if you make $60 on it, that's more than another item. But I want to use my brain, and I want to say it's probably going to end up being one of the BB Simon items, whether it's the belt, whether it's the work jacket jacket, whether it's the double knee painter pants, you guys tell me. And I also think that lightweight puffer jacket, do not sleep on that holographic cheetah print. Seriously. And just like that, we've gone through another drop list. What are you guys going after this week? I still honestly have no freaking clue what I'm gonna go for. Maybe we send it with just like a BB Simon belt for some free shipping. Maybe we go for the fleece. I think that would be the most fun item to go for. Certainly on the live cop, because Kate Moss is just so iconic, and I really don't see that item actually losing value given its history. And we do love some appreciation shown to one of the most iconic Supreme designs. I mean, look behind me. It's Kate Moss photo tee from 2012. She's also done a bunch of work that I didn't talk about in the video yesterday with like advertising for Louis Vuitton and just random photo shoots. Supreme Drops did include those pictures in his write-up thread, which I recommend you guys check out. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. I'll see you later this week for the live stream on Thursday. You won't want to miss it. Peace.